right. This is our 9-week macro meeting, and there is really no agenda. So you guys, whatever you guys want to talk about, let's talk about.
The one question I had, and obviously you've seen this because of my lack of activity on my fitness pal. I was so good for so long. But I'm stuck in this spot because I feel like I'm telling myself that I want to keep going because I'm not where I want to be yet. But like, I'm also showing the signs that you had shared, like every single one where it's like, you're not tracking, you're eyeballing. I'm like, check, check, check. So I'm like stuck because I know that I'm like falling into these bad habits with it, but like, I also don't want to be done. Like I feel like I need to keep pushing forward. I don't know. So what you think is like the best thing to do is like, do you take a break? But then it's like, it's so hard to get back into it when I was doing so well.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I think we should do your 8-week measurements and give you some data from that. So that way it'll help either close it out and let you move on to maintenance and with a plan. Or it might give you the oomph that you need to continue on for, let's say, 2 weeks, and then give it like a full 2 weeks and then be done with it if you're happy with that after 2 weeks. But the worst, I think the hardest, one of the worst things we can do that I've done too is like when you kind of taper off of the plan because you're kind of done, you don't want to be done, but you're kind of tired of it. And then what happens is your measurements aren't, when you go to measure, because you always want to wrap it up and like complete it fully. And that way we have some data to compare, and then we can move to maintenance. So it's really important to get that data. And the hardest part is when we don't wrap it up and get the data, you kind of leave it open-ended and you don't know what your results were. And you kind of sabotage all that hard work you did. And that's like, don't sabotage yourself with all this hard work and effort and energy you put into it because you're feeling a little fatigued. Let's like get the data, do the measurements, then we can make a plan to either be done or move on and make a time plan. Sometimes that helps to say like, I'm going to do it for 1 more week. I'm going to be strict on it. I'm going to follow the plan. I'm going to do my best. And then next Sunday, I'm going to do my final weigh-in and like, peace out, done with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes having a concrete finish does help, especially if we're in 8 weeks, we're feeling a little tired, I think, and regardless of whether you met your goals or not, if you're feeling that way, we should make a plan to end and to move to maintenance and then revisit this put that down. Playing with my thing, making noises. We can revisit this again. Like the beauty of macros is that you're supposed to not be on a cut forever.
Right.
Use it as a tool and then you move to maintenance. And the goal is that we live in maintenance and we can eat the majority of whatever we want to eat and still maintain muscle and be fit and happy and healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I feel like, I'm glad I've seen any results with it because I was worried that I wouldn't stick with it at all.
I know you surprised yourself here, which is so awesome. Like you can stick to a plan, and even if it's a little challenging, you can stick to the plan. You can alter the way you eat. You can do all these little things that make a huge difference in the long run for your body. So I think that's awesome. And look, you did it for your husband too. He followed you along.
I know. My gosh, it's hysterical. Like even tonight, like the girls were getting like Chick-fil-A and he's just like, no, thank you. I'm just going to like make this stuff at home. And he had like a salad and like some chicken. And I'm like, okay, there we are.
See, you don't know what, by changing one little things for yourself, like how it affects other people.
Yeah. It's like, I know I could have done better, but I'm still glad that, I saw the progress that I did. Like, I know what it takes. And it's not as hard as I thought it would be. Like, I was just dreading it being like, oh my God, I'm going to be starving and miserable. And like, it wasn't that at all.
Yeah. I think that's one of the most eye-opening things is that you can really eat all the food that you want to eat. You just have to be smart about it. You
Yeah.
can't, you have to portion control. You have to like put a cap on how many, you know, peanut M&Ms you're gonna eat at the end of the night, because that'll blow you out and you don't even realize it. And
Yeah.
it's pretty cool to see is when you see the difference in your pictures, if you do pictures, or if you feel the difference in your clothes.
Hmm.
Um, and then when your body fat percentage goes down, you're not just losing muscle, you're losing body fat, which is important for your body composition, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to you know, to kind of live and for the long haul. Like go on a cut when you feel like you want to slim down a little bit or lose body fat. You want to see all those good results in the gym. You will go stick at maintenance, and then you don't need to measure all your food at maintenance. Just be smart
Yeah.
about, you know, making sure you get enough protein. Make sure you aren't overdoing all the fat. And there will, you know, there will be seasons in your life where you don't give two shits about it, and that's okay too. That's
Yeah.
okay, as long as you know how to get back and you know how to, that it's doable and manageable and that it works and that you
Yeah.
can, you know, use it whenever you need to. So
Very true.
that,
Very true.
so let's set a date to do our measurements. Maybe Friday.
Yeah, that's probably because I know I'm behind everybody by a few days too, because I started late.
No, I'm doing a lot of measurements this week.
Okay.
Like you're not really behind.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, Friday
measurement
probably
wise.
is perfect.
Let me look at you. You measured, did we do, we didn't do your other February measurement.
Yeah, because I was sick that week, so then I didn't do it till like the following week. So we kind of missed my like I had started into
Yeah.
macros for about a week or so, or maybe even like 10 days before we took my measurements.
Okay.
So I
why
was
don't we,
traveling and then yeah, I was sick and then
all right.
traveling, so it messed it all up.
Yeah, totally. Well, then you haven't been measured since January. No, we did your weight. We did your weight, but we didn't do your, we
You did
didn't,
my measurements, we did it in your gym.
why don't I have them on here? Are they hiding somewhere else?
I've actually never looked at it, but I know you did it because we used your scale and then you did all the measurements after a workout. It was like
In February?
it might
I don't
have
think we
been.
did
I don't think it would
February.
have been that late.
Well, I did January. I have January's. I have January's on here. I have a
Oh,
weight
maybe
for
that's it then.
February. I have a weight for February, but not the measurements.
Okay.
I can maybe we didn't have time. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. That's funky. I'll dive a little deeper, but
Yeah. I think just because I was off on the original schedule, it probably just threw everything.
okay. Let's look here. No, that's Lisa. I have you on here, Lisa. Lauren, did you use your own scale? No.
I did the first time and then my second, so like my first time using your scale was technically like my second time weighing
I got it.
since I started
Yep.
macros. So that's where we're like, well, it's hard to judge because the weight at your house was much lower than what I had from my house. So we're like, did I make that much progress? I would love that, but I don't think so.
Yes.
So that's
Okay.
what we're saying. Like all of my stuff was a little wonky.
Okay. That's okay. I think my scale is like 3 pounds is what lighter than my mom's scale. Why? I have no idea. Same scale.
Oh,
But that's
weird.
okay. It doesn't matter as long as we're using the same scale. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's lower or higher or whatever. It just tracks the same thing. Okay, why don't we plan to do Friday? If you're coming
Okay.
on Friday to work out, we can do it
Yeah.
before. I have a class at 7. We can do it before maybe. Try to come 10 minutes early, like just a few
Okay.
minutes early. I know it's
Yeah.
early. We'll try to just come a couple minutes early. And if not, that doesn't work, we can always do Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, but let's
Sounds good.
so this week your plan is to follow the program.
Yeah.
Follow it. I always find, Monday through Thursday is pretty easy, right?
Yes.
As long as you don't have
Yes.
a lot of social events, it's pretty easy to stay on track hit your macros. It's really that Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning that kind of get a little funky. So stay the path this week. We'll measure Friday or Saturday, and then you can see how you're feeling about the progress and then make a decision. Either
Okay.
stick on 2 more weeks or be done with it, wrap it up in a bow. We'll move you to maintenance and move on.
Okay.
And you can always come back to this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
All right. That's a good plan. Lisa, how are you feeling?
Good. I did I didn't actually take a picture yesterday because Billy took the first ones, but it did, like, looking at the first picture and wearing the same shorts now definitely looks better for sure.
Okay. That's good.
But I still feel like I haven't made as much progress in this amount of time as I did, like, the other times that I've tracked.
Okay.
And I feel like my numbers in terms of calories are similar to where they were previously. And I'm like 85 to 90% compliant. Days that I don't track the full day is for a reason. Like Saturday, we went to my in-laws for my father-in-law's birthday, and I had several glasses of wine and probably too many M&Ms. But the days that I do track, I'm sure there are times that I've taken bites of kids' foods here and there that don't get accounted for, but not like I don't like not put down like 200 extra calories of something that I consumed.
Okay. Okay. So you've been eating pretty much on track.
For the most part. Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at your macros right now. I'm looking at your measurements. From last time, your body fat percentage went down 2.2%. That's pretty high.
Yeah. Gosh.
For that 1 month. Now you might have hit a plateau right now, and that's maybe why you're not feeling it. We won't know for sure till we do your measurements on Thursday. Let's see. That's the 9th, right?
Yeah, I think. What's today? The 6th? Yeah, the 9th.
Yeah, that's the 9th. I'm putting this in here so we're prepared. So I'm prepared. So we won't know for sure, but it sounds like if you could have hit a plateau. We might need to change some things up.
Okay.
If you want to continue.
Yeah, like Monday through Thursday, even sometimes Monday through Friday, I don't have an issue with. I am going out of town this weekend.
Yeah.
To visit my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, but they are both very health conscious, but she does like her wine. So I don't think this weekend will be terrible. I'm not gonna bring my food scale with me. I did bring it. We went to my
deserve a break.
we went to my sister's for dinner last night, and I absolutely brought my scale to her house.
You did.
I did. Well, she's tracked before, and I know she wouldn't judge me. I brought it to my parents. My mom just looks like me, like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's not affecting you. Leave me alone. But yeah, no, I brought it last night and weighed everything.
It's funny because it's really not for like to not get enough food. It's really to make sure you get enough protein, and not overeating all the other stuff. Like most people think like a food scale, you think like, oh, like such a, you want to be, you're weighing it so you don't overeat, but we're really just trying to get enough.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
I think I was a little short on protein yesterday. I didn't look at my final numbers. Totally fine with protein today. I was definitely over on fat yesterday. I'm behind on carbs today. So, I mean, it just really depends on what I eat.
Yeah. Yeah. It's your workout. Let's talk about that. So let's say the past 3 weeks so we're when's the last time? Let me pull this up one more time. Okay. 2-2. So 4 weeks ago, what has your workouts been like the past 4 weeks? Have you been doing the similar, what are we doing? 3 days of
I've been trying the days that are cardio, which some of them are, but I don't go to a lot of them. But like this week, like yesterday, I went to the gym, like to a different gym, and just lifted and did upper body, and I'm gonna skip conditioning tomorrow.
Okay.
And then Thursday this week at my gym is, I think, athletic conditioning, but I'm going to come to your strength class instead. Today was leg day. Wednesday's full body strength. Friday is upper body.
Okay. So you're getting a lot of strength, and you're doing. And do they do like metabolic conditioning with that?
So some days, the days that are just strength are just strength. They do have a Metcon day typically once a week. Like today I was out of breath, definitely had a lot of points.
The lifting.
Yes.
I'm thinking that maybe we need to put in like a, the strength training is great, but if you want to not even burn more fat, I just think you might need like a hit day, like more of a pretty high intensity, cardiovascular heavy day.
They have those. I just don't like them.
Yeah,
but I can
understandably.
I can
So
go.
I
do
complain
think,
my way through them. I always feel great after. I'm like, Emily, so much jumping.
So much jumping.
Jumping and burpees.
I already told myself I was not going to get up to go to 6 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm not going to change my mind.
You don't need, it's too late to change tomorrow morning, okay? It's too late. I agree.
But
you have to mentally prepare for that.
I can do some cardio. The other thing that, and if you think it would make this big of a difference, is I guarantee I don't get 10,000 steps a day.
Okay, that's number one. If you can get 10,000 steps a day, focus on getting 10,000 steps a day and add 1 day of conditioning or hit. I like to say more hit. Conditioning could, depends on what you think conditioning is. It can kind of change. High intensity with weights, without weights, Tabata format, 20-10. You could do 40-20, would do whatever program they're doing at Burn. But I think you might, if you really aren't feeling the results in your stomach area, like once again, you can't spot treat, body fat. Now you could just plateaued, and I think the best way to kind of see what's going on is change our macros around, or we can add a little bit more of something. So you could get rid of one strength day and then add a hit day.
Okay.
So how many days you were lifting right now? 3?
4.
And then what are you doing on the other days?
If I'll go to, if Burn has a cardio day, I'll go to that.
Okay. 4 strength and 1 cardio.
Yeah. Or 3 to 4 strength and 1 cardio. Okay. Sometimes 2 cardio.
Okay. Have you been doing the cardio consistently, like the past 3 weeks, at least once a week? Okay. So
last week I did. This week, last week I did on Monday. I'd have to look at the prior weeks, what the workouts were.
Okay. So yeah, it's hard when you don't plan the workouts, right? When you don't really, it's tough. It's really hard because you're not in control of like the training, and it's hard when you're going to somewhere else and they're training a certain way, but you're like, well, that doesn't really align with my goals right now. But I can't be rude and not do the workout. I'm here to get a workout, so I got to do it anyway.
I do sometimes kind of do a little bit of my own thing depending upon, like not completely, but.
Yeah, it's hard too, because then you're like, but I want to like compete with these people next to me, and I want to do really well, but I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
I have to like follow. So I think do 3 days of strength and at least 1 day of hit or high intensity. High intensity, that means out of breath. You can do it with weights, you can do it not with weights, but adding that element to it and making sure you get 10,000 steps a day. So that means you got to like put that watch on and make sure
I don't have a smartwatch.
All right, put your phone on.
One of those.
Phone.
I need to get a pedometer.
Yeah, you could order a Fitbit. They're so easy. Just something to track your steps. I think you'll see it. It'll definitely help.
Okay.
It might. And what we'll do is we'll do your measurements on Thursday, and then a week later we should probably remeasure, or at least do another weigh-in and really kind of monitor it, because we can also play around with your macros, which you're at
1666 are my calories, I think.
Yeah, you're at a 10% cut. That's another thing, Lisa. We're only at a 10% cut. We could up that cut. We could do add the cardio and the steps, or add the cardio and the steps, are up your cut to 20%. 10% isn't a huge cut. Good night.
So you said do one or the other? I think I'd rather add the steps and the cardio.
Me too. What? Yes, I will. I'll come see you in a little bit. Good night. Yes, I am always of the, I would rather do more working out than eating less food. I always like find that more fun
Mm-hmm.
in a way, like I find it a little more satisfying than to like, all right, I'll have less food and keep my same steps. So I think if you keep the same calories, let's keep that for a week. Keep your same, what are we at for fats? We're at 0.35. That's fine.
50.
Yeah, that's fine. You're feeling okay with that? Going lower is really tough.
Some days are harder than others. I mean, some days I'm way under on my fats and over on carbs, or vice versa. Protein, I'm typically not having an issue with.
Okay.
I've been eating a hell of a lot of cottage cheese.
You and my dad and my mom.
I'm telling you, I'm not off. I had one piece of sourdough with cottage cheese today, and then one piece of sourdough with ricotta.
You guys and this cottage cheese. I mean, I've never heard of a group of people eating more cottage cheese in my life.
Yeah. I mean, it works, obviously. I mean,
last week
it does work.
Last week I mixed it with rotisserie chicken, rice, and no sugar added barbecue sauce, and it was actually really good.
Look at you! You're becoming a chef. You should share your recipes.
I don't. The one I made tonight was really good.
The shepherd's pie looked awesome.
That was really.
Oh
good.
Yeah, that did look good.
And it's not really hard. Like that, I have that whole book of recipes that are all like, and it's already preloaded in my Fitness Pal.
Oh, good. That's nice.
That's awesome.
From the girl you shared?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to send me her website again.
Yes, the website. I pay $10 a month for her meal plan. And
what's her name?
But Macro Friendly Food is the website.
Okay.
And then Elise A. Ellis is the Instagram, and she does have a lot of free recipes on her Instagram as well.
Very cool. Oh, their before pictures are pretty amazing. Like before they got in shape, and then they're after.
Yeah, her and her husband both. Speaking of what's going on, I'm jealous of the psychologist because I have zero interest.
Oh yeah, and usually Babak is the same way. Like he really doesn't want to work out. Yeah. It literally shocked me.
Has he been working out too?
No, I mean he's been more active with the kids, like especially now that Roy is so into basketball. Like I mean they went and played yesterday for probably an hour and a half together over next door at the playground. And and like he coaches like two of her teams and stuff. So he gets that at least. And then his client.
Well, this is good. It's a good start.
Yeah. It's at least significantly more, than he was doing before. And
awesome.
And it's good. Yeah.
But Rosie, that's good. Good, guys. All right. So we got a plan for both of you.
Okay.
Are you feeling good about it?
Yeah.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah.
Yes, Lauren is. Yeah. Just give it, you owe it to yourself. We all like to give it, the good old college try and see it through and then like wrap it up and be done with it. Like it's going to feel weird too when you're done. You're going to be like, oh, wow, I can like feel like I should be eating like egg whites instead of like an egg yolk. But that goes away after a couple of days. It like literally goes away. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna eat the cheeseburger now and move on. But you definitely have a lot of takeaways here. My mom even said today that she's gonna start eating cottage cheese for lunch. She doesn't like to eat a lot of lunch anyway, but now that she knows she needs more protein, she'll have cottage cheese for lunch instead of like something else or whatever else she was having. Just good takeaways here for like the long run.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of it. Just having those little tips and tricks.
Yeah. And it's good for your kids. Like, I feel like for your kids, especially the girls, to see you like not eating food. And like, this is all part of like a healthy routine where you're working out hard and you're like eating more protein so you can build muscle and be strong. Not so you're like restrict so I can be skinny and fit into like little pants. Like that's not the goal here. The goal is to like fuel your body, feel good, and be strong. And like, ultimately, I was telling my mom today, I mean, the goal is to be able to eat whatever the heck you want for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And not be humongous and be healthy. And so if you have higher muscle mass on your body, your metabolism will be faster and you can eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
And so many people to me are like, oh, you must like, God, girl, I can't eat this cheeseburger. I know you're going to be ordering a salad. I'm like, are you out of your mind? I eat all the food. Like,
Yeah.
don't be
That's what
judging me.
everyone's been saying to me. So many people are like, are you just starving? And I'm like, no, I'm like, I had birthday cake. I had, we've gone out to dinner. Like, we've done all the things. It's just, it's not like constant.
Yeah.
Like I used to. Like,
yes, it's not constant. But the goal is to be able to eat the foods that you like and enjoy and that are not great for you, and not feel guilty about it, and not gain weight from it, because you are on a good routine of like, you have a lot of muscle, you're strength training, you're progressively overloading forever. I mean, the main part is you should be working out the rest of your life. Like, this is your health. This is like, you only get one body. You don't take care of it, it's not going to work later on, and it's good to feel good and be strong. So like, these are all great steps in the right direction of like a lifetime full of being healthy.
Yeah.
So, and next time you guys want to go on a cut, you won't need me because you know what to do.
I might still call you.
I was going to say,
it's nice having the accountability.
Well, you can always come back. I'm always happy to have repeaters. It's great. You learn more every round. Like every round, like I've done this quite a few times for myself. And the first round, wasn't as quick as for my results. Like, because I didn't dial in my numbers as quickly. Like, you'll learn what you're capable of and like what your body can handle and what it needs best. And so it's all like, seasons of life.
Yes, exactly.
All right, girls. It was nice chatting with you.
Thank you.
You too.
Happy Monday.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a macro dinner or like just a macro like happy hour together.
Where we're not tracking anything.
Yeah. Yeah. You can hear my dad overanalyze all the stuff that he's been doing.
Well, the woman that I've got a macro-friendly buffalo chicken dip recipe.
Ooh.
Oh, I need
really
that.
good.
I was honestly thinking about that with like the Super Bowl and all that. And then my Roya and Bobak were watching the ACC championship game, and I was like, I feel like anytime there's like sports, like I want buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah,
like the recipe I have
good.
like has an entire bottle of blue cheese dressing in it. So
Does it have cottage cheese in it instead of sour cream or whatever?
I forget. No, I don't think it is cottage cheese. I think it is light sour
you
cream.
get your protein in.
Yeah.
I forget, but it's good though. Like, you wouldn't know it was healthy-ish
Healthier version. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to try that.
That. Yeah. Maybe for our happy hour.
Yeah.
There you go.
And no cottage cheese.
All right. No cottage cheese. All right. All right, you guys. I'll see you later this week, and let me know.
Thank you.
Yep. See you in 9 hours.
Oh, you're coming tomorrow. All right. I'll see you in the morning.
Oh, yes.
girlfriend.
I think I signed up. I'll double check. I should be.
No, I have no idea. I haven't been. I have I usually check like at 6 a.m. Yes, you're there.
Okay.
It's a big.
I was like, I think
it's
I did.
a packed class. It'll be fun.
Amy
Panutti's coming.
Yay!
Yeah. So
Awesome.
all right, we'll see.
Good deal.
It'll be fun. I'll see you Thursday, Lisa.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.